Bonitas, we have a $6 foundation at the drugstore and it is matte. So we're gonna be putting this to the test on my oily, rosacea sensitive skin with texture. Let's see how this works. Full day wear test and review, all honest thoughts, bonitas. We have a clean canvas. First things first, I do want to go ahead and start off with some priming, and I am going to be using two affordable primers, also from Essence. We're gonna start off with the Jelly Grip Primer right here, and I'm going to be taking that and putting it on the perimeters of my face, as this is going to really allow everything to grip nicely. I tend to find that the perimeters of the face is where my makeup tends to fade quicker, so I like to do it around these areas. And I'm going to be testing out this makeup as if I were just wearing it with my usual products. Now, I'm not the biggest user of primers every single day. Sometimes I just rely on my skincare, but lately I've been really enjoying these primers from Essence. I'm like, you know, why not? Next up, I'm going to be taking the All About Blur Primer by Essence. These are new primers, and what I like about them is that they target different things. So I like to just kind of put this one in the midsection. Ooh, we went in with a little too much right there, but it's okay. Then I'm going to take the product and disperse it out. This is going to blur out fine lines and pores and give us kind of like that smooth base. So Essence dropped a new stick foundation. It is a buildable coverage product, medium coverage, medium to full coverage, I would say, and it does give a soft matte finish, which is music to an oily skin person's ears, because we have been waiting for more matte product. So it's nice when we see a matte product, especially at the drugstore for $6. I mean, por favor, dámelo. So that is what we're going to be getting into. And there's also 43 shades of this foundation. So Essence really said, we are coming in hot. And I'm just going in and tapping that all in. Like, it does a good job of blurring. Very good job of blurring. I like to take my little fan and let the product absorb into the skin before we go in with the foundation. You can find this foundation at Ulta or also on Essence website. So I'm trying to pull this up on Ulta. This retails for $6.99. And this is a creamy buildable formula and natural matte finish. Stick has got you covered. It's perfect for light, effortless looks or quick touch-up. So you can apply this directly onto the skin with a makeup buffer brush. You can also take it on the go. So it says medium to sheer coverage, but I feel like you could get fuller coverage out of this as well. If you watch my full face of Essence makeup, then you know that I was thinking about reviewing this product, so now I'm excited to be doing this review. And if you haven't, go watch that, because I talk about a lot of Essence products, and you guys know Essence is truly one of the few actually very affordable brands at Ulta right now. I have been trying these out. The shade that I'm going to be using today is the shade 190. 190 looks like this, as you can see. And then I also do have the shade 200, which shade 200 is a little bit warmer. Can see, but I feel like it's not the exact tone that I am, so I'm gonna go with this one. So I'm gonna go ahead and start off with this side. We've given the primers a chance to set. You can definitely see that blurring primer definitely did the trick. So let's come closer. So I'm gonna apply it like so, and then also on my nose. We're first gonna go in with a sponge and blend everything out. Oh, I do want to point out, Essence does have tools. Like, they have brushes and sponges. I haven't gotten a chance to get any brushes or sponges, but from me looking at them, they do look really nice. But look how beautiful that looks already. Very natural, very effortless, very wearable. Look at the difference with the foundation, without the foundation. I definitely do see a natural matte finish out of this. Is it completely matte? No. I'm gonna move my hair a little bit. I am due for a haircut. My hair is so long and I love it, but I'm like, I need some more layers. We have it like that. Look at that. Like, look how good that looks. I'm gonna take a little bit more on the forehead. And like it said, you can also use this for touch-ups, which is definitely a plus. So if you want to take this on the go or you only want to use it to like spot conceal, you can definitely do that as well. Pero mira esto. Okay, now we're gonna go in on the other side. And on the other side, I'm gonna go in with a brush. Like, look how creamy and effortless it just glides onto the skin. So effortless. This side, the brush, we're going to tap that into the skin. Something I will point out that I feel like I have always mentioned, especially when I am using a stick foundation or stick skin tint, I like to make sure my sponge isn't wet. Like, I like to make sure that it's a little tiny bit damp where it's soft and fluffy, but not where it's like dripping wet, because for me personally, stick foundations or stick skin tints and a damp sponge just do not work well. So I like to just go in with a very, very lightly damp sponge or a brush. But if you do want more coverage, I would say a brush will be your best friend. That's so pretty, but just very healthy results. It looks like skin. It melts into the face like skin, and it evens out my complexion, which is exactly what I need, especially as somebody with redness. Now, do I feel like this shade in 190 is my perfect match right now? No, because I have picked up some color. Let me see if there's a shade between, because I feel like a shade between those two would be perfection, but I'm not sure. Maybe 202 or 201. Yeah, I feel like maybe shade 201 medium tan with neutral undertones would suit me a little bit better than the shade 190, because the shade 190 is medium with rosy undertones, and I feel like that's more so for my winter shade, but it's not bad. But I'm just letting you know how these look. So that's kind of what we have going on right now. I'm gonna do a little bit more right there, like so. And because these are so affordable, if you love this as a foundation, because it blends so nicely, you could also use this to warm up the face like I did in the makeup tutorial using all Essence products. These are great as bronzers too. So what I'm gonna quickly go ahead and do is I'm gonna finish up the rest of the makeup, and then I'm gonna come back and show you, Bonita, how this looks and how it works as a bronzer. So, Bonita, vengo. Okay, Bonitas, I am back. I quickly finished everything else except for the bronzer. We're gonna do that on camera. We're gonna also be using another foundation stick. This is in the shade 230, and look what I find here, a husky hair. Husky mom life, right? Okay, so I'm gonna be using the shade 230, and I'm going to be warming up the face. And I just love how creamy this product is. Essence really did their big one with this one. And then the cool thing is that I can also do a little work on the nose. This adds like the prettiest warmth to the face. And it's so blendable. And one thing that I love about this is that even though this is a foundation product, you can use it to warm up the face. And because it's only $6.99, I justify getting an extra one to do this. Like, it's truly such a pretty formula for this, and it just, like I said, it doesn't make you look muddy. It looks very effortless and pretty. Essence is really just doing it. So I'm going to blend. Like, do you see how effortlessly that blends? Like, do not sleep on Essence, Bonitas. There we go. Look how pretty that looks. I definitely do see like a natural soft matte finish. Not matte and flat, matte and healthy almost. Okay, Bonitas, full face is complete, and this is what we look like with the new Essence Stick Foundation. Right now it is 8:41 in the morning, and here is the full face. I didn't go ahead and set the foundation. I only set the concealer on the under eyes because I have to set because I crease. But I really just want to show you, bonitas, how this wears for the entire day. And then at the end of the day, we can assess if we need to adjust some things, who I would recommend this to, who I wouldn't recommend this to. I am going to be doing in natural lighting clips so you can see how this looks with the natural light. It has been raining like every day here in Maryland, but now it's getting sunny and we're about to go into a heat wave. So I'm excited that you'll be able to really see it in natural bright light, but so far so good. I like it. Also, I feel like the shade looks pretty good. You guys can see, but everything else, I really like how it's looking. Very skin-like. It doesn't feel heavy whatsoever, which is always a plus in a foundation, especially a $6 one. So, oh, also I'll make sure to link all the other products that I'm wearing on the face down below in the description box. You guys can check it out. A lot of it is Essence. So just an FYI, I've been loving a lot of Essence makeup. They have great stuff. But overall, I do like the finish that this foundation gives us. Very healthy, very skin-like, but also a little bit more on the matte side. I don't look glowy. I do have a little bit of some radiance from within coming through, but it's like a natural radiance. It's not like an oily, greasy radiance. Here we have the product. And I will see you, bonitas, in a little bit for in natural lighting clips and of course our final thoughts on the day to let you know if this is worth $6 or not. So keep watching. Here is the foundation in natural light with the other foundation as a bronzer stick. It looks really nice. I like it. It has a healthy finish and it's been quite a few hours of having this on. So I'll see you at the end of the day for my final thoughts. Okay, bonitas, I am back. So right now it is 9:25 in the night. We've worn the Essence Stick Foundation todo el día, and this is what $6.99 looks like on the complexion after a long day. It was hot today, it was humid, it rained, it was sunny, like all of the above, and this is what we're looking like. So by the end of the day, by all these hours later, we're definitely a little dewy for sure, as somebody that does have oily skin. So you will experience dew with this at the end of the day. It really depends on your preference and what you want from it. I will say with this, I do want to show you guys how it looks if I wanted to continue wearing this and set it. I'm going to be taking the Essence Keep Me Covered powder, which if you watched my video, you saw that it broke. So I'm going to be taking a little powder to see how it'll hold up if I want to continue wearing this. I'm only gonna do one side so you guys can see. So I like the fact that even though it did get dewy, it's still really nice and in place on the skin. It became one with the skin. It looks very pretty. But if you have oily skin and you do not like dew, then this may not be the one for you. But I will say, if you do have a good setting powder that you love, I would definitely just powder it up and then you can keep wearing it for the rest of the night. You can see with powder to just dab those oils and without any powder. So it just really depends on your preference. I think the people that may like this the most and that it may work more so matte for the entire day are people that have normal skin, because I definitely do feel like this will still look more on the matte side for them, but for oily skin, you're definitely gonna get dewy by the end of the day. As for my dry skin people, I think you may enjoy this too. I definitely don't think you'll be getting any type of dew like this if you have dry skin, but I definitely do think that for $6, what I do like about this is how blendable it is and how beautiful it looks on the skin for a good amount of hours. I had to say, for me, for a good amount of hours, I felt like it looked really nice on the skin. Obviously at 9 p.m. I am dewy, I'm ready to take the makeup off, but if I wanted to continue wearing it, I would, with some powder. So I feel like it just really depends on your preference. Now, it's $6.99, so it's very affordable. If it was like $50, I would say absolutely not. If you have oily skin, this is not going to be a good choice for you. But I think for $6, if you're looking for a just very natural skin-like matte finish, you may like this. I'll definitely continue using this as a bronzer because I felt like for me as a bronzer, it worked great. But I'm not mad about it. I also love the fact that there's 43 shades and you cannot beat that price. So yeah, those are my thoughts. But I definitely don't think this is the best for everybody. Let me know your thoughts down below. Is this something that you would check out for $6.99 or not?